Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how do you organise your first fundraiser for your non-profit. It's an important subject. If you do this wrong, it can mean that you can't provide the benefits for the people you're trying to really help. So I think I've got some great insights. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. So you want to organise your first local or regional or national fundraiser for your non-profit. What are some of the things you need to know? So I'm a great believer in looking at other organisations or other industries or sectors and see if there's any kind of overlap that can tips, insights that you can employ. And I think one area that you could look at is startup culture. I know it sounds strange because with a successful fundraiser, you're really in some ways kind of launching a product in some ways, a startup. And like most startups, especially bootstrap startups, you haven't got an enormous amount of money. And so what can you gather from the world of startups? So I think number one is that you've got to understand that obviously you want to get financial resources, people to donate, and depending on what you've got set up on your website, maybe subscribe as well. But there's another, obviously you want this fundraiser to be to promote the cause, the reason for the non-profit. You want to communicate what your purpose is, what you will do with the resources and support of those that give it to your organisation. But really, what the other thing people don't understand maybe is that you're trying to build up your database, basically. There's another side of looking at the success of this type of fundraiser is that you want to build your database, i.e. you want to build up your email list. Because really, the benefit to the organisation is the follow-through. This is where a lot of non-profits fail. They have a successful event, but they haven't really sorted out any of the mechanics to have affordable, consistent follow-through. And that follow-through can be done through social media, but the real benefit for a non-profit or for a startup is building up your email list, building up people that you can communicate through email. And that the bigger your email list gets, and you can keep the quality up, the more you'll find that your non-profit will be financially in a much better position so it can help more people. So you got to basically have a good website, but that's a very vague statement. And what I've found and what we have found at WP-Tonic is that you've got to have good content on your website, and you've got to consistently feed the beast, as I call it. And also you should try and foster community, have a forum, have a place where people can talk to. And you can start that on utilising social media platforms like Facebook groups, fine. But I think, you're building a community on somebody else's platform, which is great, but you should also attempt at some stage to move them to an area that you have control over, because I've had people on Facebook groups. And when you get to a certain size, a Facebook group gets a bit unmanageable. And I would advise you not to shut it down, but I would advise you to move them onto a platform that you directly control. But when it comes to the actual fundraiser part of it, it's getting them to sign up to your list, and then investing time and energy communicating people to that list. And in this video, I wanted to stress that's one of the main areas that non-profits really fail on. I've written also a great article. You'll find a link in the video description notes underneath, folks. And I go into a lot more detail about the mechanics of organising your first fundraiser. I'm struggling there, folks, I don't know why. And I go into quite a bit of detail. But in this video, I want to keep it reasonably short, and I wanted to really focus on the main thing I found that those that pull off a successful first fundraiser really forget about. Hopefully you found this video insightful and it's put something in your mind to think about. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. It really encourages me to make more of these videos. Give us a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions, just put them in the comments. I always answer them, folks. And I love to give you any advice you're looking for. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.